Hello? Hello, everybody. Let me turn up my desktop audio, because... There we go. It was a little quiet for me. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. It's been a hot minute, huh? Although, I've realized that I've been streaming at least once a week for the past couple of weeks, which is good. Let me just do some thanks real quick. Venus Try, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Izzy the MILF, thank you so much for gifting a sub. Alejandra Yaku, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome. And Kwahiru, thank you so much for 4 months.
Oli.
And LoneScript1, thank you so much for the 7 months. There it is.
Happy to be here.
I'm happy that you're here too. I'm happy that all of you guys are here.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Thank you, Rat Girl, for the 9 months. Appreciate it. I hope you guys... How are you guys doing? How's your week been? Have I seen the Genshin livestream by any chance? I saw that Kaveh was mentioned in it. Because people were like, Ben, look at this, Ben, look. And I'm just like, yeah, I see it. It's like someone running up and then waving like the drawing that they made. Like, look at this.
Hey.
So yeah, it was hard to ignore.
You're cooler than Nazi, but shush, don't tell him I said that. He'll DM me something chronic XD.
I am not cooler than Nazi. Don't you ever say that to me ever again. Nazi, excuse me, Nazi, star of TV's Kaiju number 8. Get out of town with that. Get out of town. Honestly. What's a Kaiju number 8? It's a I think it's like a television show for
I'm so
children.
excited for Cave rerun. I'm going to spend all of my money.
Thank you, VOD Beanie. Please be responsible with your spending. Silver Firefly, thank you so much for gifting 10 subs. Thank you. I gotta thank more people here. I only take 2D boys. Congrats on 1 year of sub. I gotta have like milestone monkey faces. I should probably have like a golden gorilla face. Shrimp Dim, thank you so much for 4 months. Dork Devilish, thank you so much for 4 months. Bexy Beans, thank you for the 2 months. I will ignore the comment about me being cooler than a Z, because frankly, it's not true. And Void Beanie, thank you so much for 4 months. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, Cheris Bun, thank you so much for 3 months. Yeah, please watch Kaiju when it comes out. Please support Nazi. And I suppose the other people in that cast. It is a cool show. From what I've heard, and from what I've seen. And also, you know, while you're at it, while you're watching cool anime, why not give Undead Unluck a look as well? If you haven't already. Evie, thank you so much for gifting 10 subs! Thank you. You'll really appreciate it, thank you. To the people that are asking for pulling for father, I don't know who that is. I don't play this game. I'm assuming you mean Arlecchino. Or Arlecchino, I forget. Then I don't know if I will pull for her or not. Sunshine, thank you so much for 3 months. And I'm Gracie, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. And LoneScript, thank you for gifting another sub. Wow. Ben, did I see Sethos? Yes, I'm very happy for Zeno. He It's been a long time coming. I've been wanting him to get into Genshin and or Honkai for ages. So I'm really happy that he's in. Ben doesn't know who father is. Homie, I've literally streamed all of my Genshin gameplay. Please point on the doll where I reached Fontaine. Anime Gino Linetti, thank you so much for gifting 2 subs. Thank you. I don't have time to play Genshin, guys. I play this because I love you guys, and I want to entertain you with my experience of Genshin. But the reason I haven't been able to stream all that much is because I'm always doing things. Ever since I moved to LA, it's been very busy for me. But in a very good way. I was like texting my mom earlier, and like, she was like, Ben, how are you doing? And I'm just like, I'm happy. Like, I'm happy. I'm content with my life. And it feels like it's been a long time since I've been able to say that so casually and like actually feel it. I'm really happy. There is joy found in life, my friends. HTTPZ, thank you so much for the Prime sub. And Bexy Beans, thank you so much for the biddies. Yeah, it's been great. Things have been really, really great for me so far. So I'm just happy. There's 2 more cons that hit me up that I'm gonna be going to, or at least one of them is a con, but there's gonna be an event that's happening. I don't know if they've announced me yet, but look forward to a tweet about it very soon. Any cons in the LA area? You know it. But yeah, it's been great. It's been wonderful so far. This is gonna be a fun little, thoughts on Sethos. He looks like a guy. And I saw that Nazi named his dog in Stardew after me. I shook my head and bashfully said, that idiot. But yeah, it's, I do have an update for a VTuber stuff, if you guys want to know. I mentioned it when I was at Alejandro's stream, excuse me, Sayu's stream, and I told him that I had my first design, draft. Do you guys want to see it? You do? You guys want to see it? Well, that's too damn bad. I'm not going to show it until it debuts. But I will show you... I can show you either the very bottom or the very top of the model. Or rather, the character. Like a tiny bit of the hair or a tiny bit of the shoes. Mods, put up a poll so he can vote. And again, this is all subject to change. It's literally like all I got was the first draft. There were some things that I needed to change. So, even if I show you the very top, a bit of the hair.
Hope you're having a good day.
It's probably gonna change. But, at least you'll know what color the hair is. Show us the eye. I mean, people are saying Kong's head. Oh, God. I will say that the design does have I did include Donkey Kong as like a, hey, use this for redacted. And it's like the worst picture of Donkey Kong you've ever seen, and like the artist did include it on redacted. But I might have to change it because I don't know if I'll be able to, like, if I make merch with this character in the future, I don't think Nintendo will be too happy if I use Donkey Kong. But it's show the dumpy? No, I will not be doing that. All right, I'm gonna hang on. Just give me 1 second. Show the eyes. I don't want to like say. No, I'm not gonna show the eyes. Maybe another stream. Maybe another stream I'll show the eyes. But I will show you the very, very top of a head. Just the hair. Just the very top of... Very top. I was gonna show 1 pixel, but I think that would be too mean, so... I'm just gonna show... No, la silueta no. It would be revealing too much. Because I have a very unique idea with this character, and I don't wanna reveal it too early, you know? Alright. Here it is. It's the very top of their head. That's all you're getting. But you can see the color of the hair, at least. Mods ban anybody who's saying I'll hate them. Ban them all. Ban everybody who's saying I'll hate them. Mr. Electric, kill all these people. No, the fact that the hair color turned out to be similar to Alhaitham was literally an accident. Like, I didn't plan for it at all. I've been picking my colors carefully for the character because there's going to be a lot of, like, I studied color theory ages ago, so like there's a lot of like elements of it that like I'm trying to harmonize, and like the full character I feel like looks really cool, but make it a giant Nazi. Nazi doesn't have hair like that. Color theory can kiss my ass, clash the colors. No, bro. You can't... Look, like, it's not even... That's only the top of their... What if their hair is bright orange at the ends? Did you think about that, chat?
Hi Ben. How would one go about sending over emote art for your possible approval? Thinking face plus hope you had a nice week. White smiling face hash.
White smiling face hash. Thank you so much, Whaley33, for the 5 months, with your Prime sub. I'm currently not in the market for emotes. I appreciate the offer, but right now I'm like kind of putting my emotes on pause until this VTuber thing keeps progressing, because I do want to like switch over all my emotes to be centered around the VTuber, if that makes sense. Just so I know, there is a large part of the character's design that does include orange, but it's not in the way that you think. I was kidding about the hair thing. Orange skinned? Like a fucking Oompa Loompa?
Hey, what's up?
I will reveal one thing for you guys. It's not just one character. What I showed you was the top of the head of one of the characters. There's two. No, I mean, like, I probably already revealed too much, but, like, the idea that I wanted was that I wanted to be a cute girl, but I also wanted to be, like, a horrible little mascot man, like a little goblino. So, with this design that I thought up, I was like, oh, I can have both. Okay, cool.
Cute gremlin goal pog.
Everybody I've told my idea, like, I was like, hey, here's the idea of what I have, and I told Alejandro and stuff. Everybody I've told the idea to has been like, that's really cool. That's super interesting. Annabelle SV, thank you so much for the 5 months. But it's gonna be great. It's gonna be very fun.
Like you.
Yeah, I know I'm fun. But I think you guys will be happy with it. I think it'll satisfy many audiences. And it's like, every time I look at the design draft, it's like, it makes me feel giddy. Hamburger. It makes me feel giddy because it's like, oh wow, this is a character that I designed. Like, or like, this is not, well, no, I helped design. The designer is the one that designed it, but I gave them very thorough notes about what I wanted. Do I have a D-Day for it? Nope. It's gonna be ready when it's ready. And I still need to look for, like, an actual, like, model artist, and then a rigger, and then I need to get all that stuff sorted. I feel like one of the designs, like, is gonna be, I know it's not cheap. I definitely know it's not cheap, but I think it'll be worth it. I like the idea of having just my own little guy. I've never really had an OC that I've been able to, like, have, you know? Like, all this time, the closest thing I had to my OC was, like, my Final Fantasy XIV character. And now it's like I have an original character that I can just use for stuff. It's cool. The wall. D&D characters don't count. I've got a billion of those.
Finally, I got here on time. The John 2D.
Yukina, thank you so much for the 3,000 biddies. Thank you. Are you gonna change, like, name? Or are you gonna stick with Ben or something? It's gonna be a little bit of everything, honestly. We want to see your FF14 character. I don't want to dox myself. In Eorzea, you know? But no, I've already said that, like, the character's name is gonna include Ben somewhere in there. Because I kind of don't want to, I don't want to have it be where it's like, I'm playing with friends that I know, and, like, they have to call me something else. Like, the character's name. Like, whenever I'm playing with Alejandro, and I have to, like, say, excuse me, Sayu. Like, I don't want that to happen for me. I want people to just call me Ben, no matter what I am. And I'm sure, like, Alejandro doesn't mind if I just call him Alejandro and break the illusion, but, like, it's something that, like, I want for me. Why would you have to call him Sayu, like you two know each other? Because I want to maintain the illusion, chat. That you really are looking at a robot man playing video games. It's all part of the show. Exactly what Pame ML said. It's about the theater. It's about the romance. Alejandro breaks his own illusion. Look, man. Look, man. I'm doing my best here, okay? Pirate Goddess, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Welcome. People are reacting strongly to my usage of the word romance. Do you guys know the original meaning of the word romance? Because that's what Kaveh was talking about when he brought it up. It's literally just like a feeling of excitement that's away from everyday life. You know, it's like adventure. You know how the first chapter of One Piece is called Romance Dawn? That's not related to love and shit. It's related to romanticism, adventure, mystery, excitement. So Genshin is romance? Sure. If that'll help you figure it out, yeah. Do you think you want lore for your new VTuber? The lore will be super simple. It literally, like, I've summed it up to friends in like 2 sentences and that's it. I don't know if I'm gonna have like a full like, hey, this is my character, this is their backstory. They were, they're the half-human, half-demon child of the strongest demon, Sparta, who awakened to justice. And they've got a twin brother called Virgil, and they fight for reasons. That's right. Proud to announce, my VTuber is Dante from Devil May Cry. No. Lovisakvist. Thank you so much for the biddy. May I request a happy birthday from my favorite streamer? Also have a nice day, Ben.
Happy birthday.
Happy Bibbles Day. Bonte. Bonte the demon killer. Oh, Deco, I just answered it. Like, the lore will be super simple. It's just, hey, X met Y in this way, and now they hang out and play video games together. That's basically it. There's not going to be a big overarching story or anything. I like things simple. Anyway, we should probably start playing Genshin before you guys get bored. Are you twins? No, it's not twins. I will say that this VTuber has a lot of elements of things that really incorporate, like, me as a person. Noah Soleno, thank you so much for the biddies. Twinks, then? What? No, they're not a twink. I'm sorry. Neither of them are twinks. Sorry. Will your son Jack Frost be there? No comment. Do they have races? One of them is definitely human. Biblio Curiosa, thank you so much for gifting a sub. Does it have anything to do with Jack Frost? It feels like we're playing fucking 20 questions here. We're playing Who's Who. Does she have glasses? Does she have red hair? Are you pulling for Arlecchino? No. Not right now. Mad Hatter Girl, thank you so much for gifting 5 subs. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Use Nahida this time, Ben. Listen. Listen to me. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes. I don't have Nahida. I don't. Okay? I don't have Nahida. Look into my eyes. Would you pull for Nahida? I don't know, man. Skill issue. Here's the white screen to doom you all. And whose fault is that? What do you mean? Listen, man.
You know, we've encountered a lot of interesting animals lately. But they're not exactly the types of animals you can play with. They're either super big or super wet. Anyway, Paimon wants to play with something small, cute, and cuddly. Like a cat. How about we head to the Cat's Tail in Mondstadt and have a look around?
No.
Mad Hatter Girl, thank you so much for gifting another 5 subs. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. You can pet the cats? Do you want me to do the hangout, or do you want me to go pet the cats? Because if we go pet the cats, I'm never doing the rest of the hangout. You can only choose one, chat. And that's your choice forever. Oh, they are really cute. Alright, Evie, thank you so much for gifting another 5 subs. Thank you, thank you. Look, if I choose to go pet the cat, is it gonna be a quick 5-minute in and out adventure, or am I gonna have to listen to people talk for about 2 hours? This is Genshin, nothing is quick. Jeez, chat member. Tell me how you really feel. It's a fast event. It's fast if you skip it all. You can skip the dialogue. I'm getting a lot of mixed messages. You can pet one, do it, and then the hangout. It's like 5 minutes tops. All right. Here's what we're gonna do, chat. Maybe for the end of the stream. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that. Let's save it for the end. Let's keep doing hangout stuff until the end. All right. Let me just access the morphogenetic field real quick. Which one leads to the Dory ending? Is it this one? Is it concealed circumstances and then I answer something else? Okay. We'll leave that one for later then. Let's do this one.
Hamburger.
All right. Okay. Detroit Become Human type screen. Listen, I'm gonna keep calling it the morphogenetic field because I'm a big Zero Escape nerd. The morpho what? Go play 999. Go look up 9990 escape.
Alhaitham isn't in, so feel free to...
I don't care! Let's put it aside for now.
Yeah, you're right. Although I was hoping to find some words of wisdom from my mother, if I stop and think about it, her words may not be the advice that I need to hear right at this moment.
Not Ben quoting Hitler. You earned this one, chat member. Like 999, like saying no in German. You funny. You're a funny guy, chat member. I like you. That's why I'm going to kill you last.
Everyone's life journey is different. Traveler, you've visited many lands and met many people, so I'm sure you've run into situations where some advice wasn't exactly suitable for the situation at hand.
As a German, I would like to say, if I had a nickel for every time I hear that joke... Dude, fucking every time I mention the fact that I know a bit of German, like, people joke about that.
Ah, I just got an idea, though. If I want to rekindle the creative passion that I had before, instead of trying to unlock an old notebook, why don't I take a walk around the parts of town that had changed my life?
Ben, I have a joke for you. Why do ducks have feathers on their tails? To cover their butt quacks.
What do you think? I'm glad you agree. Then let's start by taking a quick stroll around the academia.
So this is the one where, this is the route where Kaveh says, on second thoughts, screw this whole book thing. Let's just go hang out. At the hangout. Oh god, that's why they call it a hangout. Holy shit. Holy shit. We're just hanging out. That's what it is. It's a hangout. Would it be faster to... Yeah. Fuck it. Chad, did you never noticed that it's called a hangout because you hang out? So you guys are saying you're so smart, like you're saying I'm smart because of funny, but like, let me tell you something, chat. So I'm roommates with Dawn, and she's got 3 cats, and they have these automated cat feeders, right? And one of the cats was like shoving her head into another of the cat's feeders to like steal her food. Like, she would run up whenever Cat A was eating her food, Cat B would just run up and like shove her face into the feeder so it doesn't close. Cause like they have like automatic, like they open and close depending on where the like what cat is accessing the feeder. They're like they only open for specific cats. So I was like, this is not good because Cat B is eating all the food, and that's bad. So I got these like placemats and just made blinders. Like I put them between the feeders so that they were just blinders. And like it actually fucking worked. Now the cats aren't stealing each other's food. And Don was like, Ben, you're a genius. And I'm just like, no, it was the dumbest idea I could think of and it worked.
Hey Ben. Here to say that your streams mean a lot to me and all that sappy stuff. Keep being as amazing as you are. Also, Caveman funny.
Caveman funny. Thank you so much, Mule, that for the 3 months. I really, really appreciate the kind words. Caveman funny.
Of all the places in the academia, I remember this one most. When my studies got busy, I used to pull all-nighters here trying to finish my blueprints.
So true, Caveman. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna have to start calling him that now. Caveman. Ratgirl, son, thank you so much for the 95 biddies, and yeah.
Like you.
Are you calling me a caveman? Friends here.
I really love you streams and all you do. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, Louise, thank you so much for the 3 months. Appreciate it. Not Clayton. Not Clayton. Fuck, it's some... This is like the 5th time or something I've quoted that Kingdom Hearts scene. I'm gonna have to play... I need to play Kingdom Hearts 1. I need to play all of the Kingdom Hearts games on stream at some point.
Who doesn't miss their time at the academia? Life was a lot simpler then, and we all had far less troubles.
Speaking respectfully, Kaveh, I don't fully miss my time in academia. TBQH WY.
I created many designs that I thought were beautiful in the House of Dana. I drew whatever came to mind, since I didn't have to care about budget constraints or turning them into reality.
See, this is something I tell newbie voice actors in the voice acting club whenever they show up. I'm just like, hey, just fucking act. Don't worry if you're bad. Don't worry if you can't do it right. Just do it. Do the thing. It's fun.
If I had to give a reason, it'd probably be because I like the ambiance here.
Ambiance.
The academia also had a rule that allowed scholars to annotate any physical books they came across. As a result, the books here are chock full of scholars' wisdom across many generations.
Mule, thank you so much for gifting a sub. We get to... Oh my god, this is like... the actual hanging out.
Oh, here, this is a great example. This book, History of Ancient Sumeru Architecture, contains some analysis that I did many years ago. Huh? Why is Alhatham's handwriting also in here?
Oh,
when did he ever read this book? I guess it's probably from when we worked on that research project together. Anyway, he probably never cared to tell you this, but the House of Dana is where Alhatham and I first met. I came here to do my homework, and saw him sitting by himself next to that row of bookshelves. A group of Haravatat scholars were chatting near him, but he looked as if he was too lazy to join them. There was a pretty stark difference between him and all the rest of them. It was my fault for feeling bad for him. I thought he must have gotten into some kind of trouble and went over to ask if he needed anything, not realizing that...
Not realizing that you were in fact the one in a whole heap of trouble?
Where is he? Where is he?
Alhatham? Why are you here?
The meme. The meme.
Gamers.
This is you guys anytime anything happens. Dude! Whoa! What's... Oh, look at him! There he is! Dude! I hate them, dude! There he is! Ooh. Alright. I need to, like, assign that to my stream deck so I can, like, enable it and disable it.
The House of Dana is a public space. Anyone can come here, no?
But shouldn't you be at the records room at this hour? You're not here to watch me make a fool of myself, are you?
You think I would derive amusement from watching you fall into depression over your life's various troubles? If that's the case, then I suppose I must have been entertaining myself for years. I came here to pick up a few files. If your voice hadn't managed to get through my soundproof earpieces, I probably wouldn't have noticed you.
What do you think he was listening to, chat?
All right. I admit I was probably overreacting just now.
The fact that two of you immediately said penis music is... I have trained you well, chat. I have trained you well. Somebody said pipe falling sound for 1 hour. It's that video of just like 8 hours of silence occasionally interrupted by a pipe falling sound. Oh god. Breaking Bad theme, the RuneScape OST. Dude was listening to Sea Shanty 2. Continue the story.
Probably not when he's right here with us. As his senior, I shouldn't try to tarnish his reputation.
When we were recording this line, I remember this one, because I was like, I'm gonna put my whole fucking gusto into saying as his senior. Because look at that smile. Look at that smile that he's got. He knows that this is one of the few things that he has that he can lord over the other guy.
There was nothing embarrassing or shameful about it. When I was still a student at the academia, I once collaborated with Kaveh on a research project. A collaboration is usually beneficial for all parties, but due to issues with our personalities, we ended up going our separate ways before completing the project. We had a number of differences, and they remain unresolved even today. But there's no point going into that right now. The more important question is, why are you at the House of Dana?
When I was reading the script as we were recording it, I thought that, like, Traveler and Alhaitham were talking about this, like, away from Kaveh, not directly in front of him.
As a senior scholar, isn't it my responsibility to offer my friend a quick tour and explanation of the academia's architecture?
I see. Then let me guess. Your next stop will be the pavilions around Razan Garden? Our famed architect sure loves showing off that corner to all his friends. Oh, and Kaveh, a lot of the books you annotated have been moved to the innermost section of that bookshelf over there. You'll have to dig them out yourself if you need to find them.
Huh? But why would you know that? Don't tell me you finally had an epiphany and realized that there's great virtue in respecting your elder's work.
Sure, if that will give you some self-confidence. Leave any words of thanks you may have to the ex-Grand Conservator. The last time he was here, he was complaining that he had received reports from current students. The main grievance being that the annotations are too long and difficult to read. As a result, the books you annotated have been moved to the back shelves.
What? But all of my annotations were extremely important. Instead of reporting me, they should have been thanking me for my service. The notes that I took, they couldn't have asked for a better analysis of those books.
What? What?
Okay, just you wait. I'm going to fix this right now. I'll dig all the books out and return them to the proper shelves.
I like how Alhaitham says something nice, then immediately transitions to dunking on Kaveh again.
Oh, we'll wait. Anyway, you were about to say he's feeling a bit down?
Okay, this part I knew for sure that it was, like, away from Kaveh.
Put through the ringer. What an interesting phrase. I assume he used those exact words himself. He probably did suffer quite a bit, that's true. He always spends a lot of time editing his proposals, with the goal of satisfying as many of the client's preferences as possible. But the satisfaction of one client will not translate to general satisfaction with his work. Many problems in life can only be solved by a fundamental change of attitude. As the leading genius of Ksharawar, Kaveh should have both the right and the confidence to reject any unreasonable demands. There are plenty of architects in Sumeru who are inferior to him in skill, yet far more irascible in temperament.
Irascible.
What's more, there are plenty of people who look up to such individuals as paragons of staying true to one's principles. Clearly, his predicament is inevitable, since he holds other people's feelings as more important than his own. Of course, each person is different, and we should respect the paths that they have chosen for themselves. Admonitions will serve no purpose. People tend to succumb to familiar pitfalls, and this is especially true for those who believe it's their duty to carry more burdens on their shoulders.
The soup time covered Kaveh perfectly.
Looks like you were having an enjoyable chat while I was gone. Were you talking about me by any chance?
No.
What do you think?
What else is there to talk about? Surely no one would be interested in talking about the files that you were browsing through earlier. Anyway, you should take a look at this. Look at this comment on page 82. Dear Kaveh, thank you so much for annotating this book in such detail. It was a great help to me. See that? Now that's how a student should treat their seniors.
And it looks like you're already in a much better mood now. It really doesn't take much to make you happy, huh?
It was all a trick. He tricked him. He's like, I'm gonna make you look at this thing. That'll brighten up your mood. But also make you do a bunch of menial labor. Killing two birds with one stone.
Me happy? I'm mocking that retired blockhead for being so full of himself. He understands nothing about the true beauty of architecture. When I can find some time, I'll have a serious talk with him about making sure these books are put where they belong.
You never realized, at least? It's the reason why he made him go look at those books, because it's just like he's feeling down, so he's gonna brighten him up just a little bit.
Why don't you just move all the books yourself? It's not like he hasn't cursed you out before. What was that nickname he gave you while you were in the academia? The Urchin of Ksharawar?
Wait, what? I didn't know about this part. I didn't know he got called an urchin.
Kaveh had a habit of scribbling and writing in all kinds of books.
Hey! You didn't need to bring that up. At least not when I'm still standing here.
Urchin. Urchin.
Oh, actually, I also found a really old sketch in one of the books over there. See? Doesn't it remind you of something?
I can't see the sketch. The game isn't showing it to me, so I'm just gonna guess it's an arch bridge.
Huh? Don't tell me even you don't get it.
Don't ask me. This is the time you specifically put aside to brag about yourself. Feel free to hoard all the spotlight you want.
You? In that case, allow me to explain. Although this sketch is a little abstract, you can plainly see from the road plans that this was an original concept for the expansion of Port Ormos.
We can also plainly see that the designer was a huge fan of this project. It's the project he loves to talk about the most, second to the Palace of Alcazarzaray.
If I don't keep bringing up the neat projects that I've done, how would anyone know that I was the one who did them in the first place?
I mean, give this man a true, cause like, how the fuck is an architect supposed to sign their work? Like, he's not gonna carve his name into the building. And his iconic U, so iconic.
There shouldn't be any complaints about Port Ormos. If I remember correctly, the construction process was very smooth. Everything was made ready ahead of time, and there were very few safety concerns.
Have I seen the song about Kaveh? Yes. Look, here's a good thing for you guys to keep in mind. Whenever like a big Kaveh related thing happens, I will be notified of it. Like whether I want to hear about it or not. A lot of people will, like, either friends or fans on Twitter, like everybody will bombard me with stuff. So yes, I do know about Will Stetson's a song. I think it's great. It's wonderful. Really well made. 10 out of 10. I think I retweeted it when it first came out. Someone asked, do you ever get tired of it all? Do you ever just get tired of it all? Do you ever just want to let go? Oh, right, you meant the Kaveh stuff. No, I'm not tired of it yet.
There are indeed no records of any complaints about this project. A most impressive achievement.
Yet? No, don't worry about it. Chat, relax. Chat, I thought you'd be cool. You're kind of making me nervous here, chat.
See? What did I tell you? Come on, let's take a stroll through Port Ormos next. I'll tell you all about the designs I made for the place.
No need. It's almost time to clock out for the day, and I don't intend on bringing any unfinished work home.
Alhatham's like, no, I don't want to go sightsee. I want to go home and play Xbox.
Suit yourself. It's not like you know how to appreciate artistry anyway. Let's go, traveler. I'll take you to Port Ormos.
¿Qué juego de Xbox jugaría Alhatham? Chat, what game would Alhatham play on Xbox? Helldivers? Minesweeper? Fortnite? Minecraft? Worms? Mario? Viva Pinata? Geometry Dash, I can kind of see it. Devil May Cry 3. Big Brain Academy. These are all fucking Nintendo games. Roblox, Wikipedia. Baldur's Gate 3. I could kind of see him getting into Baldur's Gate. Solitaire, The Sims. Guys, I said I'll hate them. Dark Souls. Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
No, I didn't design any one specific building. Most of my work here concerned structural renovation. Port Ormos had already existed since I was still a young child. It wasn't as large as it is now, though. It only came to its current size after a sizable expansion. I was part of that project. The arch bridge over there, for example, that was one of my designs.
Look how cool that bridge looks. 10 out of 10 bridge.
When I was first tasked with the project, I decided to reference the growth patterns of nearby trees to split Port Ormos into 2 levels. My goal was to improve the overall utilization of space. We ran into a lot of issues during construction, but thankfully, we were still able to achieve the original vision.
Vision? Vision? Like this? Like this thing? Vision. I promise I'm not going to do this every time, chat.
Residents can now behold all the ships entering and leaving the harbor from the vantage point of the bridge, while visitors can recognize the site of Port Ormos from a long ways away. I was still young and new to the trade back then. I could hardly believe that an idea in my head could become reality and remain in the world for many years to come.
I think after I said this line, I told the director, like, he feels the same way about architecture that I do about voice acting.
The true cornerstone of the creative process. The point about the design that will be ultimately used to judge its true worth. It was the first time that it became crystal clear in my mind.
August, thank you so much for 4 months.
Once built, a building will continue to stand. Countless people will see it, and countless more will step inside it. Its final worth, whether it's good or bad, will be assessed by the countless generations of people that interact with the building during their lives.
And the same exact shit, the same exact thing happens with acting. with the stuff that I've put out there. Countless people are going to see this Hangout, and countless more are going to play it. And its final worth, whether it's good or bad, will be assessed by the countless generations of people that interact with Genshin Impact during their lives. It's all the same. And I will respond with, I think it's pretty cool.
You think so? I'm glad to hear that. But even with this project, I still had one small regret. My budget was tight, and I was unable to use the higher quality timber I had originally intended for the design. I knew that some concessions on aesthetics would be needed as soon as I agreed to a proposal that prioritized the practical functions of the project. Us creative types know better than anyone that most projects cannot be completed without a few regrets. Even the Palace of Alcazar's was not perfect.
Perfectionism. Our old friend. There's always stuff that can be improved. Heck, even as I'm listening to myself doing all these lines for the Hangout, there's so many things that I'm like, God, I wish I could have read that better. Or like, ah, man, I wish I didn't hit that word. Or like, oh, I feel like I could have said that a little bit cleaner. Or like, our enunciation could have been better. That's why, like, it's always a bit bittersweet to hear myself and stuff. Because I'm just like, it could have been better. But I'm training myself to not do that, you know? To just be like, hey, you know what? I did a good job. And I'll just leave it at that. As long as like one person is like, yeah, I like that.
Wahoo.
Then I think it's worth it. Uwo, thank you so much for the 2 months. Being kind to oneself is a skill as well. Give that person a true. It's also just like, you know, it's just accepting, you know, that the things that you create have inherent worth to them. It doesn't matter if they're perfect. There's a Courage the Cowardly Dog episode about this. Kitak, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Having no regrets would also mean you had no higher hopes for the future. True.
Yeah, you're right. I should learn to look toward future opportunities and believe that any regrets I have can be overcome in time.
The naked pink dog rat thingy? Yes, you are correct, chat member. That Courage the Cowardly Dog. There's a Courage episode for everything if you think about it. Man, I don't know if I agree, but like I feel like there's like a Courage episode for 99% of stuff. But I do love how it was like the episode was about a woman forcing Courage to be perfect, and then he realizes that it's okay to not be perfect, and that his imperfections make him beautiful. He learns that lesson from just a random barracuda in the bathtub. There's no explanation to why there's a barracuda in the bathtub, but it's just like, you don't have to be perfect, Courage. You're beautiful just the way you are.
We've spent long enough here. There's still one last place I want to go, but it's a little far. Would you be interested in a quick trip to the desert? Great. Most of my projects over the last few years have had something to do
Yoshiko
with the
Stan,
desert.
thanks
It's some
Partially
45
because
yatter.
there's
It's some
a special
45
place
yatter.
there that I often visit.
And Leo B, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Alex, thank you so much for the biddies.
This is a rare opportunity, so why don't you come along and see it for yourself? If you ever feel down, maybe you'll be able to go there and feel better too.
Coming up, I think this is probably my favorite scene, like that I've ever recorded with Kaveh. Wait, no. Wait, no, there was a waypoint there. No! No!
This isn't my first trek into the
Oh, I didn't get it. Never mind.
desert, but I can never get used to the heat.
I guess I will get it
Is there
now.
no shade.
So, you guys see any good movies lately? Dune 2? I should have expected that would happen. You saw Wonka? You mean the movie where Willy became Wonka? Ben, what made you want to be in Genshin? They sent me an audition and I read for it. There we go.
Who would have thought that so many primal constructs could have congregated here while I was gone? We won't be able to sit and talk peacefully with these guys around. Let's clear the area.
Oh, I have to kill them, I see.
Quietly now.
The doctor will see you.
Mind the side effects. Sight clear.
And I'm not gonna switch off of Zori. We're gonna keep her. Oh, they're doing the invisible thing again.
Here comes the catch.
Feast your eyes.
Lamau owned. This is the
this
scene.
place great? I often come here to clear my mind when I'm dealing with a difficult situation. You know what I mean. Everyone finds themselves in frustrating situations once in a while. Just take me as an example. My family life got shaken up quite a bit when I was young. I struggled in school, and I got into a huge pile of debt building the Palace of Alcazarzaray. Although Alhaitham thinks that it's because of my personality that I continue to live in the shadow of the past, I think it's also just a part of life. Plus, if I look back, I've honestly had my fair share of good luck as well. You could probably say I've followed in the path of my mother. Like her, I've gained a name for myself as an architect, built something that's seen as my magnum opus, and found many projects that others have entrusted to me to finish.
You also haven't completely lost your passion for life.
Life is too boring when you live with no enthusiasm and passion. Only those who believe in the inherent meaning of it can capture the small nuances of everyday life and turn them into inspiration for beautiful designs.
That's probably one of my favorite lines.
Of course, I will concede that loving something also means taking it to heart. So to an extent, caring is also a source of pain. If I didn't love my work, I wouldn't be so torn up about it all the time. But still, isn't this place beautiful? Despite the erosion from the winds and changing seasons, you can still perceive its past beauty and glory. With different landforms come different architectural styles. The desert's history has left it with few records regarding its buildings, so I often visit the desert to investigate things in person. The sight here has moved me ever since the first time I laid my eyes on it. I told myself that one day, I would also be able to create buildings that move others. My pain will one day fade into nothing, just as I reach the end of my life. But buildings are different. They are far more valuable than most materialistic things, and far more durable than human flesh. As long as there remain souls in the world who can decipher the meaning behind them, they will also have acknowledged me across the vast stream of time. If you were to ask me what art is, that would be my answer.
I felt so good about myself when I like finished this block of the recording, because I was like, fuck, that was great. I'm so happy. Like, I think, I don't know if we did this route last or maybe it was in the middle, but like after I said it, after we were done, I was like, this is probably my favorite of the endings that we've done.
You think so? But I feel I've always been like this. Remember that question I brought up before? The one about whether I should see art as a divine gift of inspiration from the gods, or as a product of my own existential struggle. I still haven't found an answer to that yet. But if art wasn't inherently paradoxical and enigmatic, then people probably wouldn't be drawn to it. Those who pursue art will be unable to avoid the pain that it naturally brings. Will often be floating on cloud 9 one second and sinking in a mire the next.
God, I just the whole way through, I'm just like, he's just describing what I'm going through as a voice actor.
I'll try gathering my thoughts again once I've found a way to define art in the first place. In any case, thank you so much for listening to everything I had to say.
My pain will one day fade into nothing just as I reach the end of my life, but my buildings will endure. Yeah, that's definitely my favorite ending. I was like telling people like, hey, like I was telling the director like, oh, like this feels like Kaveh with all of the walls down. Like it's him at his core.
Where's...
It's him at his purest. Yeah, somebody asked if I like cried during recording. No, I don't cry when I'm recording unless I have to cry as a character, and Kaveh hasn't cried yet. Did you have to cry as a character ever? Yes. There's actually a clip of me crying as Olmar in Vinland Saga. It's like on Crunchyroll's like dub channel thing. I wonder if I can find it. Yeah, I'm in Vinland Saga. I voice Olmar. Crunchyroll did me dirty? How so? Here's the clip if you want to see it. They clipped you of all moments. I mean, I think that I'm happy that they actually have a lot of Vinland Saga clips that are like focused around me. I feel like the person that runs the Crunchyroll Dubs channel like really likes my performances because they keep posting stuff that I've done. And like for that clip in particular, my voice was basically thrashed because that was the same week that I was recording Slam Dunk. And that was like post-con too, so like I was just exhausted and like that just made it sound all the more real. How do you make yourself cry? How?
You just like do it, teehee.
Just like cry, Lamau.
Taking this commission was truly...
Think about the horrors.
No worries. It was just an offhand question. It's been bothering me for a while. Even when I'm awake, the question haunts me like a bad dream. I still haven't found a good answer to it. Or maybe there was never a correct answer in the first place.
Kaveh still is dejected, even the wines is... We already did this. Wait. Which... Let's do something else, yeah.
Sounds great to me. I don't even want to think about this
And then
project.
it goes to the next choice, which is like, let's do... Yeah, what if you did something else with your life? You fucking worm.
A different career. I see. That's not a bad
mean,
idea.
I'm sorry.
I think I've heard a saying somewhere before. 80% of a working adult's woes are due to not having enough mora in the bank. It's just a saying, of course, but even I will admit that my life would be a lot better if I could make additional mora. And if I want to make mora, I should finish that ridiculous commission. But I really can't find it in me to go back and talk to him right now. Hold on. I just remembered that I used to have a senior classmate by the name of Alkami. If memory serves me right, he's no longer taking private commissions, but he's still doing pretty well for himself. Maybe I'll be able to get some advice from him. Yeah, I should get on this right away. No more wine for me today. I'll grab the bill and be on my way.
That rhymed. No wine today, on my way. Alrighty. Actually, no, probably easier to teleport up here and then glide all the way down. God, I had to record a character that was all rhymes. Look forward to news on that soon. That clip of Almar that was peak performance, thank you. Appreciate it. This will be the 4th ending, York. Animo Leo, thanks so much for 3
Kaveh,
months.
it's you. It's been a while.
For tier 2 at 3
What have
months.
you been
Wow.
up to recently?
Nice moustache, nerd.
Yeah, it's been a long time, Alkami. Things haven't changed much for me. I'm still taking private commissions for all kinds of projects.
I heard that you were the genius behind the Palace of Alcazazare. I bet you're all set for Mora after a project of that size.
Well, it's hard to make a profit from every project, you know?
Yeah.
Hard to make a profit. You've got to be joking. I've never met an architect who didn't make a profit from a project. Unless the client fled before they paid the commission fee in full. But that doesn't sound right either. Doesn't Dory have a pretty decent reputation in our local business circles? I don't think she's ever been involved in any kind of big scandal.
Sorry for the lame left field comment, but hearing your voice really brightens my day. Love your silly vibes. How... It's not lame to voice how you appreciate somebody. Has the love in the world really gotten that bad?
Well, about that. I mean, it was complicated.
I understand. Either way, doing one project after another sure gets exhausting over the years, huh? I've been there, so I can feel your pain. I mean, I obviously never had your reputation to live up to. That must have been stressful. But I'm sure we faced all the same problems. Trying to keep your client in a good mood while you're trying to stop them from micromanaging things they don't know the first thing about. I don't miss it. Thankfully, that's all behind me now. Not exactly. My work is still closely related to architecture. Judging from the look on your face, you're still strapped for Mora. That's quite unfortunate. You're the most artistically gifted graduate the Kasharawar Darshan has seen in decades. But it looks like you still have a lot to learn in terms of making Mora.
You should get into crime.
With that said, us Kasharawar grads should still look out for each other. What if I told you about an idea that'll absolve you of all your Mora troubles going forward?
Are you serious? But something like that has got to be some kind of top-level business secret. Are you sure you can just share something like that with me?
Kaveh, my dear boy, have you heard of NFTs?
Besides, I don't want to just take something like that without offering anything in return. I still have a little Mora. Or is there something that I can help you with?
Oh, you're too kind. This is just a simple tip. Even if I didn't bring it up, I'm sure you'd hear it from the others sooner or later. The idea is this. I recently opened up a training center with the goal of educating people in architecture design. Compared to the classes taught by those old fossils at the academia, my classes are more condensed and streamlined and will allow people to quickly get their foot in the door.
Given a lot of the stuff that I've observed in the voice acting sphere over the years, this is definitely a plot line.
Unlike the academia, I won't turn down anyone who's interested, rich or poor. As long as someone wishes to learn more
Richuayo,
about
hi,
architecture, I'll
I
accept
hope you
them
have a
into
fun
my
stream
training
and take
center.
care of yourself today.
Thank you, Brightworks. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 2 months.
It just so happens that I'm still looking for a few more instructors. So, what do you say? Interested in coming over to give a few lectures?
I was literally talking to somebody yesterday about how, like, especially in VA, there are... No, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to get in trouble. It's one of those things where if I talk about it, then people will be like, Ben's making fun of me! And, like, then I'll... my beautiful days of peace will come to an end. It's not about my legs. This is just about, like, it's just... Don't worry about it. All I'll say, chat, is that if you want to get into voice acting, please make sure that you are properly vetting the people that are teaching you. Because, you know, there's that whole imposter bullshit that happened with me, you know, a few weeks back. And that happened because people just weren't fucking vetting their teachers. What does vetting mean? Like, making sure that the person that is teaching you knows what the fuck they're talking about. It's like knowing that the teacher that is teaching is, like, qualified to be teaching. You know? Because, it's really easy to just be like, hey, I can teach a thing, but, like, not be a good teacher, you know? So, that's all I'm saying. Just do your research on whoever it is that you want to learn from. Or better yet, go to thevoiceactingclub.com and you can just listen to me teach you. I just am there, and people will come in and be like, how do I do this? And then I'm like, please don't do that. You're gonna ruin everything. And I don't even charge. I do this shit for free because I don't want to profit off of people's ignorance. I want to profit off their enjoyment, like I'm doing now. No. I'm just kidding.
regardless of the pay. I can already guarantee that it'll be far more comfortable than working on random people's private commissions.
Ah, so you want me to join you as an instructor? That does sound like something I'd be able to do. It sounds like a pretty stable job, too.
Alex, thank you so much for the biddies. Stop giving things away for free, Kaveh. It's always been a dream of mine. Look, here's the thing. Here's the thing about voice acting in particular. You can always start it and stop it whenever the hell you want. It's one of those things where you can just do it, and if you don't like it anymore, you can just stop. And like, it's not gonna go anywhere. Even with all this AI nonsense, I don't think it's gonna just disappear. I think that there's always gonna be a need for people to be voice actors. So if you think it's cool, give it a go. If you like it, then do it more. If you don't like it, then you can stop and do something else. It's like so simple. Like, the amount of control that you have in the things that you do in life, it's more than you think. Would you think knowing how to sing would you know how? I'm so tired. Would you think knowing how to sing as an aspiring VA is an advantage? It can be. I mean, breath control is important. And I think a lot of gigs ask for people with singing talent. But I don't sing. Frankly, I hate singing. I'm very embarrassed by it. I don't want to do it ever. I had to do it once for a musical, and I'm like, cool, I'm good. I don't have to do that again. I get very shy when it comes to singing, so whenever people were asking me to do like a cover of stuff, I was like, no, I'm good. Bye. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I was in a August can vouch for me, but yeah, I did American Idiot. I was one of the ensemble. I want to hear you singing now. That's too bad. That's not happening. You missed your chance, buddy. That's the VTuber voice, by the way.
What do you think, Traveler?
I think you can give it a go.
Then it's a deal.
But you rap, though? I mean, I was told to rap for a show. And the thing about me is that, like, if I'm in a gig and they ask me to do something, like, I'm gonna fucking do it. Like, I am... My creed, when it comes to my work ethic, is a line from Dota 2. It's a quote from a character called Juggernaut. And it's simply, you ask, and I will answer. If they ask me to do something, I will answer and do it.
Yes, it's a deal. Thank you, Alkami.
Oh, like I said, there's no need to thank me for this. The lecture room is not far from here, so you can just come straight here tomorrow morning.
Ben the slave? No, I'm choosing to do it. I choose to answer. A man chooses. A slave obeys. That's a quote from BioShock for you non-gamers out there in the crowd.
As for the pay, how about we start at 300,000 more per lecture?
Gamers. 300,000? Are you serious? How could you offer so much?
It would seem that you're still oblivious to your own economic worth. 300,000 is nothing compared to the prestige of having the Light of Kasharawar as one of my instructors.
The prestige. Man, I remember back in college, I had the opening monologue to BioShock as like my audition monologue for theater plays. Like the opening monologue that Andrew Ryan does. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember that stuff. Your department let you do that? I mean, it wasn't like department stuff. Well, no, I did do it for one of the... Yeah, I did that twice for different... It was like not the theater department, but it was like on-campus theater troupe. You did theater? I did a ton of theater, dude. Ever since I was 4. God, I'm trying to remember. I am Andrew Ryan, and I'm here to ask you a simple question. Is a man not entitled to the sweat on his brow? No, said the man in Moscow, it belongs to the poor. No, said the man in Washington, it belongs to the people. No. Is that it? No. No, said the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. I rejected these answers. Instead, I chose something different. I chose the impossible. I chose rapture. Where the scientist, no, where the artist would not fear the censor, where the scientist would not be constrained by petty morality, where the strong would not be held back by the weak. And with the sweat of your brow, rapture can be your city as well. Fuck, no, I'm pretty sure I got part of it wrong, but...
300,000 is also just the base rate. Just trust me on this. The longer you stick with me, the more you'll come to understand your true value in the market.
Just so you know, Rapture is a shithole. It's a mess. It's chaotic. God, I want to play Bioshock again. I missed that game. That game was great.
I have to go make some preparations now. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
I was never particularly close with Alkami when we were in school. Who would have thought that he'd be so nice and friendly?
Bioshock stream? That'd be fun. Nothing beats a fistful of lightning.
I've hosted free lectures before, but this would be my first time being hired to lecture for a formal business. 300,000 mora per lecture. Whew. I'm so excited that I'm starting to get nervous. Thanks so much. I think I will be able to relax a bit more with a friend in the audience. Now, what should I talk about tomorrow? Some lessons I've learned over the past few years? I should probably save those for later. For my first lecture, I should start by getting them
Should
more
I get back
interested
into
in the
New
field.
Vegas?
Yes. The Whisperer, 777. Thank you so much for 10 months. Get back into New Vegas.
All right. Let's meet here again tomorrow morning.
And yeah, that was a
Hurry
good
home and
like
create
you.
some kind
Good job,
of
Chad.
lesson plan. If I'm going to become an instructor, I should make sure I show up prepared.
I know I'm going to be getting back into New Vegas, and you guys are going to come with me. We're going to get dragged to New Vegas. Yep, kicking and screaming. New Vegas is a Fallout game. Fallout New Vegas. It is one of the best games ever made, and it's probably one of the most replayable ones ever made.
Oh, I didn't expect you two to get here so early.
Is that a Limes emote? I love Limes. She's one of my favorites.
I was up last night preparing for the lecture, but I ended up getting so excited that I couldn't fall asleep. Here, I've prepared a lesson plan. Do you want to take a look?
Lesson plan? I must commend you for your dedication.
I was gonna like look up what VTuber like model Limes used, but they're not taking any commissions, unfortunately.
But the training center has already developed its own set of teaching materials. Instead of using your own plan, you can just use what we have here. Of course, you're always welcome to work in some of your own content to add some fun and flavor.
God, I also love that worm emote than Nazi has. Did I ask them? Nah, I don't want to bother. I just like Limes' model is like one of the best looking ones ever. Like in terms of like the facial capture and stuff, it's kind of insane. It's great. 10 out of 10.
Sure. Be my guest.
Like when she first showed it off, I was like, holy shit, that tracking is unreal.
It's almost time for the lecture to start. Feel free to head in and start the class whenever you're ready.
Huh. So you've already developed your own set of teaching materials. Seems like I won't need the stuff I've prepared after all. Anyway, shouldn't be a problem. I'll just go ahead and use your materials.
Would you still be friends with Nazi if he turned into a worm? I mean, yeah, but like, this man lives in a house with like 50 fucking animals. I don't think he's gonna survive if he turned into a worm.
There's something else I want to ask, though. This isn't going to be a large class, is it?
Ah, no need to stress. There are only 20 people in this class. There are 14 classes at my training center. Out of all of them, the first class has the best grades, so I've directed them to you. We'll see how well they take to your lectures.
Kaveh versus children? What a thing to say. Well, time to crack my knuckles.
20 people, huh? Alright, I think I can handle that.
Oh, and one last thing. In the interest of keeping a quiet learning space, only instructors and students are allowed in the classroom when class is in session. I'm sorry to say this, but your friend will have to wait outside while you teach the class.
A mob of 4-year-olds with malice within them. So true.
Sorry about that. I'll meet you at the door when the class is
Malice
over,
is
then.
such a powerful word to use in that sentence. Is Alkami really as nice as he seems? I should probably ask around a bit. Time to do some detective work. Yeah!
Hey there. Can I help you? Oh, Alkami? You mean that rich guy who's been making quite the name for himself? Yeah, he commissioned a set of furniture from me a while back. Paid a great deal of mora for it, too. I heard he earned a fortune working as a renowned architect. Now he's opened a training center so others can follow in his footsteps.
Yeah, I'm Gracie, you said it, but I love that Traveler's first instinct is this man is too nice while we're with Kaveh. He's not dunking on Kaveh. Something's wrong.
If the tuition wasn't sky high, I'd enroll my child in a heartbeat. Architecture really sounds like a lucrative profession.
Did you hear? Alkami recruited Kaveh to be an instructor.
I bet that'll boost his enrollment numbers.
Really makes you jealous, eh? If you think about it, Alkami was never that talented himself as an architect. If we're just talking about professional skill, no one would pay for a class with him.
That's true, but you've got to admit, his advertisements are really effective. After all, the academia only admits those that can pass its entrance exam. So only a few people could hope to study architecture in the halls of the Kasharwar. For those who can't pass the exam, or who just want to jump straight into the industry, the training center is the best bang for the mora.
Man, to have that kind of business acumen.
All right, everyone. There's no need to be nervous. Class is over, so we can just chat for a bit. I shouldn't have lost my temper during the lecture. Did I scare anybody?
No, you weren't scary at all, Mr. Kaveh. We were just a bit lost and didn't get what you were talking about.
Oh, I didn't know it would just cut ahead, like, after the class. Like, what happened in the class? Was it like the scene from The Incredibles 2, where Mr. Incredible's like, it's math! Why would they change math?
Oh, don't get me started. I was trying to use Alkami's materials, so I flipped through some pages and gave them a closer look. The more I read, the more upset I became.
It is that they changed math.
Alkami may fool an amateur, but he can't fool anyone who's active in our profession. The materials he made are completely useless for teaching real architecture. In my opinion, the most important skill of an architect is their ability to craft a design. In other words, they must be able to conceptualize ideas. There are tens of thousands of buildings in the world, as well as a countless number of architectural styles. Some designs emphasize aesthetics, while others prioritize practicality.
Prioritize practicality. Emphasize aesthetics. Like, these are tongue twisters, guys.
The architects who can critically evaluate the quality and fit of different designs are those who can come up with great designs of their own. But you won't get any of that from the teaching materials they're using here. All these students are doing in class is rote memorization of existing designs. They are learning nothing about the underlying principles. How can they expect to become real architects? When they're done with this class, all they'll become are dilettantes with a pitiful smattering of architectural knowledge.
God, whoa, relax. Chill.
But Mr. Kaveh, we didn't really understand anything you said after you threw away the materials either. What's the big deal anyway? It's not like we're looking to make some works of art. We just want to make some mora.
You're studying architecture to make mora?
You're becoming a voice actor to make money?
Yeah. Why else would we be studying here? My biggest dream is to become someone like Mr. Alkami. Once I finally make my fortune in architecture, I'll be able to buy anything I like.
In that case, I'm afraid you'll probably be disappointed. The reality is that the work of an architect is very difficult, and the pay is not lucrative at all. Believe me, I'm a perfect example.
So true.
But how? Mr. Alkami just told us last night that you made a killing by building the Palace of Alcazarzare. He also said that as long as we graduate from his class, waves upon waves of people will reach out to us with private commissions, and we can just sit back and wait for Mora to fill up our pockets. It won't be long before I can put these miserable days behind me.
Come on. And you all believed everything he said?
But Mr. Alkami is really rich, isn't he?
You... It's pointless trying to argue this with you right now. You've already filled your heads with pipe dreams. Let's go, traveler. Let's hear about Alkami's true plans from the man himself.
Rare you directed at a child. Alright, time to kill this dude.
What's wrong, Kaveh? You look quite flustered. Did one of my students offend you? Were the students not astute enough for your liking? I must implore you to go a bit easier on them. After all, they're nothing like the genius scholars you're used to dealing with at the academia. We don't need to strive for perfect understanding. As long as some knowledge has been passed on, that's good enough.
Ben, do you, like, actually meet those NPCs' voice actors? You do have to understand that, a lot of this game has a colossal cast that has people from all over America and outside of America, too. So, I don't know if I'll ever be able to meet all of the NPC voice actors.
Yeah, I'm mad at them. But I'm even more upset that you're scamming people under the guise of teaching them about architecture. The students are all here hoping for a quick way to make money. But we both know that an architect's life
It's not a
is hard
snack, I'm
and
just moving
exhausting.
something on my desk.
Just a little while ago, I was toiling over the 6th draft of a design for a client. If your client is unhappy, you can't break ground, and the longer a project goes, the longer it takes for you to get paid in full. What's worse, if your client disappears in the middle of a project, good luck getting anything from them ever again.
Oh, you're a VA? Name every VA ever. Okay. Bryce Pappenbrook, Matt Mercer, Troy Baker, Laura Bailey, Jennifer Hale. Okay, that's it. That's all of them.
You know all of this just as well as I do. Why lie to them?
Look, Kaveh, you may be the light of Kasharawar, but like I said, you still have a lot to learn about making Mora.
Oh, dang, you're right. I did forget Yuri Lowenthal. Yeah, I have a running joke with friends where, like, only 10 voice actors are allowed to, like, exist in the public perception at any given time. Like, whenever I go on, like Reddit threads or something talking about voice actors, it's always the same 10 names. Every time. And Johnny Young Bosch too. Yeah, he's one of the 10 that's allowed to exist.
You may deny it all you want, but it's a fact that in today's Sumeru, architecture is a terrible profession.
Guys, I know there are more than 10 voice actors. The joke is that in the public perception, only 10 of them usually are only ever brought up. You don't have to be like, God, hey, you forgot that. No, I didn't forget. That's the joke. The joke is that everybody else forgets. Ah!
Our clients care very little for the effort we pour into our designs. Instead of appreciating us, they spend all their time nitpicking details and demanding changes, often forcing all kinds of ridiculous ideas onto us.
I like made the Half-Life 1 scientist noise just then. Just like, God! Stop! No!
I suppose that's more or less